Every automation engineer has experienced this. Yesterday, the test suite was green. Today, after a small UI change, half the tests are failing. What if AI could analyze the failure and suggest the fix in seconds? So let's see how Claude can help us in this case. Here in our IntelliJ, it's a very simple Selenium login test, and here it has all the you can say the page objects. So this is a very simple Selenium login test, and let's try and execute it. So I'll just hit this run button. It has opened the Chrome browser, and yes, our test has been passed successfully. Now what I will do, I'm going to simulate a UI change by modifying a locator. So let's go to our login page.java where we have all the locators present. Now here we have certain locators which we have identified using their respective ID attributes and their values. As you can see, there's this username field, password field, and a login button. So before that, let me quickly show you how this web page looks like. So it's nothing but a dummy website, which is sourcedemo.com. And if I launch it in our Chrome browser, so this is how this website looks like. Now if we inspect any of its component, let's say for example if I inspect username field, so here you will see it has this ID attribute and whose value is user hyphen name, which we have taken in our framework. There's this another field called as password field. So for this also we have taken the ID attribute and its value in our framework. And the last one is the login button. So if we inspect it, and here also we have taken the ID attribute value in our framework. Now if we quickly go back to our framework and go to this login page.java class, now deliberately what we will do, we will change this ID attribute value for this login button, and let's make it to login button hyphen broken. Okay, now if we run again this login test.java file, it is expected that this will now fail with an exception of no such element exception. Okay, so let's try and run it. I have hit the execution button, and it will launch up the Chrome instance, but this time it has failed. As expected, it has given us a no such element exception. Now here we will take help from Claude to fix this particular issue. So what I'll do, I'll open my terminal, and as we know, in order to start Claude, we will simply write Claude over here, and our Claude has been started. Now here what we will do, we will write a prompt saying analyze this Selenium project. So with this, what it will do, it will go through each and every files present in this framework and it will analyze it. Okay, and in the second line what we will say, the login test is failing with no such element exception. And at last we will ask Claude to find the root cause and suggest the code fix. So once I hit enter, we'll start churning the things, and it will take some time and some amount of token, but at the end it will give you the entire output. Yeah, so it has given us this output where it has explained the entire framework with all the files and folders, explaining every bits and pieces of it, and explaining what exactly this framework is all about. So it has given the Selenium version which we are using, TestNG version, WebDriver manager version, and it has now explained about the various Java classes which we have in our framework. And also, as I've mentioned, that we had an intentional flaw over there, right? For this particular locator of this login button, we have intentionally provided a wrong ID attribute value. It has identified that as well, right? So it said that this particular demo or this particular framework, uh, and the class name login failure test, okay, are the giveaway, and there's a planted bug in the login page.java, and it has given the line number 7 where the bug is actually present. So see, it's that smart. Now it has given other details as well, but that's okay. Now we will be asking Claude to analyze that particular failure for us. Okay. So for that, what we will do, we will again write a prompt to Claude to analyze the failure, why it got failed. So for that, the prompt is the following test failed with no such element exception, which we have received in our stack trace, right? So we will be asking Claude to please analyze first the root cause, second, the possible reason, third, recommended fix. So we will be asking Claude itself to recommend us the fix so that it will give the best fix possible and it will save time for us in figuring out what could be the fix for that. Okay. Fourth point would be we will be asking Claude for any framework improvements, right? Now, for Claude to analyze better, what we will do, so we will provide this entire stack trace to Claude. So we'll just simply copy it from here. Again, we'll go to the terminal and we'll say, please find below stack trace for better understanding, right? Now, once we paste all the stack trace and once we hit the enter, again, it will use some tokens, it will utilize some time, and it will give you the best possible result. Trust me. So it worked for about 25 seconds and it has given us a very detailed output. So basically, Claude will usually identify incorrect locator, synchronization issues, dynamic DOM, iframe possibility, or page not loaded. But eventually, it should identify that this particular locator is broken. So let's see what it has given us. And if we look over here, that it has successfully identified which particular locator is being broken. So root cause it has given, the first point which we have given in the prompt, like what was the root cause for this failure, it has said that a wrong element locator, the failing command in the trace is this particular thing, no such element exception, and this maps directly to login.java, login page.java, line number 7, right? Now, second point which we've asked was like what was the possible reason. So it has said that most likely the broken suffix was intentionally or accidentally appended, so the locator no longer matches the real DOM ID. Given the project name, this was planted deliberately, and in a real project, the same symptoms arises when the application's HTML changed or ID has been renamed or removed, right? So it has basically referred to that particular website of that source demo. It has went to that particular you can say the DOM element, and it has identified its ID, which is not matching with what we have given in our framework, right? Okay, now going further, third point we've asked like what was the recommended fix. So it has given us the correct locator. So see, I was saying like it has scanned that particular website, the targeted website, its DOM element, and it has given us the correct locator by login button is equals to buy.id login button. Now, if we go to this website again, we will see that the ID attribute value is login button for this particular element. So Claude has suggested the correct locator as well. Okay, now the fourth point was we've asked for any kind of framework improvements. So it has said like beyond the one line fix, this framework has several gaps, typically for a bare demo. Now it has suggested that the reliability or synchronization issues are there. Now for that we can do is add explicit wait instead of relying on immediate find element, right? It has also suggested that version or environment stability is not there. So align Chrome and CDP version. So the CDP warning means Selenium does not have a matching DevTools binding for Chrome 149. This is one such suggestion it has given for framework improvement. And diagnostics and reporting. So as you can see, we do not have any kind of reporting present as of now, as it was just a demo project. So we haven't had it, but it has given this suggestion that we should be having a diagnostics and reporting. So for that, we can capture a screenshot on failure, or basically we can use ad logging for that, and other you can say the logging or the reporting techniques we can add for that, right? And other uh, other points it has also suggested, which we'll not be going into that much depth, but you can see that it has given so much details and it has saved so much of our time that we would have spent banging our heads in resolving that particular issue or debugging that particular issue and finding the real fix for that. So with this, you can see that how efficiently AI is helping QA in their day-to-day activity. So that's pretty much very impressive. So with this example, I would only suggest that Claude isn't replacing any kind of debugging skills. It isn't replacing any automation engineers. But if AI can reduce 1 hour investigation into 5 minutes, that's a tool worth learning, I would say. So the future QA engineer isn't the one competing against AI, it's the one learning how to use it efficiently. So with that said, I would like to conclude this video. If you have not subscribed this channel up till now, please subscribe it for more such content. Till then, thank you and have a nice day.